Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from American Whiskey at the Attic. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from across continent. It's Scotty of Sirius XM Liquid Metal in his Michael J. Fox studios as the Devils have, I don't know, trying to get their losing out of the way or something, losing 4-2 to the Pens tonight at the Rock. What a disappointment. 2 games in a row where you're just like, is this a playoff team or is this a team tanking for the draft? I'm not sure, Scotty.
I'm not sure at this moment either, but you know what? My hypothetical panic button is still pushed, and we might have to push the actual real panic button at this point with the performance that they put on tonight. Yeah, Devils and Penguins over there at the Rock. Hello, everyone. Welcome in on Instagram and YouTube and X and Facebook. Along here with the legend Sam Woo, I'm Scotty. And yeah, hot damn, what a disappointing game this was. Devils blowing a lead once again. Effort not there for the 60 minutes and just, yeah, don't know what the hell is going on with this team. They are Jekyll and Hyde, and where we thought they were getting all these things corrected, it looks like they're just kind of reverting to everything we were hoping they wouldn't do. Now, they started off the game in the way that we wanted to see, in a good fashion. And by the way, Tatar and Dowling were out of the lineup. Lazar and Bastian back in. Jake the Snake was in net, and I just put it right here. Let's rebound and not play like the Boston game again. Well, they did for like the first 10 minutes, and then after that, you know, same deal. Boston's got some superstars that are going to hurt you. Pittsburgh's got some superstars that are going to hurt you. Not a full 60-minute effort. Couldn't put the dagger in. Up 2-0, and then 4 straight scored by the Pittsburgh Penguins. So it started out fantastic. Brett, what am I, a clown? What am I, funny to you? Pesci clears the puck up the ice after the opening faceoff. Okay, off the glass, up the ice. It goes right to Dawson Mercer, and he feeds Eric Holla to split the defense, and Holla's got a one-on-one with Tristan Jarry there, and he snaps a shot over past the blocker of Tristan Jarry. I don't even know if Jarry was ready for that to even happen. What was it? 15 seconds into the game was the official timing on Eric Holla's 10th goal of the year from Mercer, his 16th, and Brett Pesci. Hey, I'm Brett Pesci. His 13th assist of the year. So Devils go up 1-0. You're like, okay, this is how I wanted the team to start after the old lackluster performance in the Boston game. Come out angry. Come out hungry. Show the home crowd that they have something to cheer for and something to look forward to come playoff time. And the Devils get a power play. They're working it around over there. And just after the power play expires, you got the goal whisperer, Cody Glass. He gets a pass across from old Seamus Casey. Oh, Seamus. Maybe I'll trade it in for a new hat. He passes over to Cody Glass for the big blast slapper. And Andre Palat times it perfectly to arrive just in front of the net to deflect that shot past Tristan Jarry at 6:17 of the first period. 2 goals in the first 6:17 of the game. And you're thinking, this is the New Jersey Hockey Devils I want to see come playoff time. But things didn't stay that way, did they? No, they did not. Now, they got their first goal, the Penguins. Malkin is credited with it, but this is an own goal. Luke Hughes pulled his best Damon Severson. No, he didn't butt puck it. But this was a really unusual one. And I was trying to think back to a time when we may have seen a previous goal scored this way. So Jake the Snake Allen, he's kind of a little bit sort of out of position, but he's stretching his leg as far as he can to get to the goalpost where Malkin is poking at the puck there. He's trying to seal it up. And the puck kind of bounces up onto his skate. And they're still jarring out. And Luke Hughes tries to get it. And for some reason, instead of just swatting it that way, he tries to pull it back. But the puck is on the goal line. You can't really pull it back on the goal line. So Luke Hughes had a little bit of a brain malfunction right there for a second. Maybe he was thinking he would stop it before it went all the way over the goal line, but that's a very, very, very slim margin for error. And, he missed it altogether when he tried to pull it back, and the puck just slid into the net. So own goal right there for the Penguins. A little bad luck. Okay. All right. Okay. Man, we can rebound from that. Malkin gets it his 16th of the year at 16-10. It's now 2-1 Devils. And then we get into the second period, and a $1.05 into it. Puustinen, I think that's how you say it. Puustinen. Yeah, whatever. It's a PPG for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And now this one, a little bit more bad luck. Big shot from Malkin. Jake Allen makes the save, but he doesn't control the rebound. And Puustinen is, Puustinen? I think it's Puustinen, is kind of coming right in front to kind of, going for the screen when the shot happens. And the shot's got so much velocity on it that it hits Jake the Snake. It kicks right back out with such force that it hits Puustinen and then right past Jake Allen into the back of the net. Now, all of a sudden, this game is tied up 2-2. And you're like, what? Hey, whoa. Slow down. We just got shut out by the, bottom of the barrel there, Boston Bruins, who, again, some superstars, but having a down year. Pittsburgh is another one of those teams that's already been eliminated. But they got those superstars, even though they've had a rough year. Well, their main superstar made the Devils pay in the third period. Sid the Kid Crosby, that's right. Gets his 32nd goal of the year. Don't know how in the hell Crosby, that stat still blows my mind with the 20 straight years of 80 points or more, or whatever it is that he broke Gretzky's record. Or a point per game. That's what it is. 20 straight years averaging at least a point a game. Damn. That's some consistency right there. But Crosby is able to get the rush shot. He's sitting at the side of the net to just tap it home right there. Easy one. And you're thinking, what in the hell is going on here? We were up 2-0, and now the Penguins have scored 3 straight. I get the first 2 were some bad bounces, but that's the way the game goes. You can't leave yourself that open like that. To have a couple bad bounces really turn the tide of the game, especially against a team that's already been eliminated. And I get it. Crosby, Letang, Malkin, Carlson. I know they got the big names. Carolina's got some big names too. They're not going to wait around. They're going to make the Devils pay pretty quickly if they think they're going to play this way in the playoffs and make some noise. Pens add an empty netter there at the end, 18-24. Devils at 18-24. Rust gets it. Devils try to, pull Jake the Snake to, work on their 6-on-5, I guess, come playoff time. But it did not succeed. Let's just say that. 4-2. 4 straight goals for the Pittsburgh Penguins. No response from these New Jersey Devils, looking like they did, through January and February. Oh boy, do I hope we're not going back down that road again. Shots on goal for the Devils, 13-4-12 for a total of 29. Pittsburgh 9-4-8 for a total of 21. Devils win the faceoff battle 28-24. Good job, Nico Hischier. Devils got the bagel today, the everything Jersey bagel with cream cheese, 0 for 3 on the power play, although that Palat goal was scored, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 seconds after the power play had expired. Pittsburgh was 2 for 4. So the special teams even, took a little shot today. Devils only blocked 4 shots today. Hits pretty even. Devils 20, Pens 19. Only 9 giveaways, so I guess we'll take that. But only 4 blocked shots for the Devils today. Not what we want to see, just after we clinched a playoff berth. Of course, we didn't clinch it by winning anything. We had other teams do it for us. But a very, very disappointing game. Maybe I'm overreacting. You tell me. All right? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Let's see what's up. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a little concerned. Now, they can say, oh, well, we're already clinched. It doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, the way you're playing going into the playoffs definitely matters. If you're ice friggin' cold, that's not good. You want to go into the playoffs hot, smoking everybody. I would like to have seen like a 6-2 Devils win here. That would have made me feel really good. That would have made me feel like that Boston game was an anomaly. And they weren't reverting back into some of those disastrous ways. But today, a couple of bad bounces. Sidney Crosby comes through like he always does. You lose the game. And you got 2 goals, 6 minutes and 17 seconds into it. And then it was like, okay, we're good. I don't know. So you tell me, hit us up, go to the comments, say hello as we check in with the king of the football calls himself from over there at the Suite Club. As we know, Sam Woo does not sit in the regular people seats. He's up in the Suite Club now with his beautiful brick wall in the background at American Whiskey. So, Sam Woo, I know you were having some fun talking to some people around American Whiskey and doing a good thing for the podcast and everything like that, but you have to be disappointed as well with the Devils not being able to secure a W here against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's concerning, Scotty, because this game was supposed to be a game you had to respond, and they did. They had a 2-0 lead. And then they just let the Penguins hang around. The Penguins are playing for pride. The Devils are playing for the playoffs. Pride wins over the playoffs. What happened? I mean, is it a lack of scoring? Is it a lack of attention to detail? Are they not playing with enough fire?
Corbin says it right here. What's Short Guy's favorite saying?
Not good enough.
You got it.
Not good enough. And you know what? And there's a lot of doom and gloom. I try to look at it from a positive angle. You got to get all these losses out now. I mean, the only time in Devils history that I could remember where they kind of limped towards the playoffs, I believe it was the 2000 season, the 99-2000 season, where they were in first place in the Atlantic all year long. And then the last week they lost it to the Philadelphia Flyers and lost their seeding. But they did win the last game of the season, I believe, after all those first-round exits, under Robbie Fatorik and Jacques Lemaire, that team went out and won the Stanley Cup. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. You should beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, but then again, Sidney Crosby, nobody told them that they were eliminated. Nobody told them. and which is astonishing. I mean, this team has a chance to do some damage in the playoffs. The Carolina Hurricanes, you could take advantage of the fact that in the playoffs, their goaltending has always been suspect. You know, it's been inconsistent. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're really not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, with the Devils right now, I mean, I'm reading a lot of these comments, the doom and gloom and all that.
Team has no character. Wimpy.
Yeah. They don't have that killer instinct.
Ariel, right here. The season is what it is. Up and down for no reason. Even before the injuries. It's the lack of any lack.
It's funny
Corbin,
because
it's never an excuse to blow a two-goal lead. I get you right there.
And Wimpy's saying that the team has no balls, boring and soft, but they weren't like that in the first 3 months of the season for the most part.
I know.
What happened to the team that had balls and were exciting and played hard nose? Where did that team go? Are they just like kind of coasting right now?
Judas, Devils take a lead and then they fall asleep. Ramona, you know Ramona. She's already concerned about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs? That's for you, Ted and Steven. Playoffs? I mean, I am too. Kennedy is blaming the pink full moon. I didn't even know that was going on tonight, but
yeah.
When's the blood red moon come? The hell moon. No, Anthony's on. That's the highlight of the night. Getting to go see Sam Woo at American Whiskey. Anthony's on his way back to check it out. I don't know if it's going to be Party Central over there at AW tonight.
Well, he's bringing his 3 kids. So,
that's the highlight.
Yeah,
it should be talking about a Devils victory and his young kids seeing a big win on the ice, and this team going into the playoffs with all this momentum and fan enthusiasm. And right now we're all sitting here thinking like we're going to get crushed in the first round. That's what every Devils fan is thinking right now.
I know. After I put out that tweet that the Carolina Hurricanes are going to get their asses kicked.
Oh, it was you? Damn it, Sam Woo.
Yeah, I jinxed it.
How many times we said don't do that?
I just want to, rally the fan base. Now I look like a loser, just like the team right now. But look, you still got 3 games to make things right. And, you play the Islanders on Sunday. Are the Islanders eliminated now?
I think so. They have to be after they got, clobbered by the Rangers. So the Rangers lost, which got us in, and then they beat the Islanders, which eliminated them too.
It seems like, or you can look at it from a different angle. The Devils don't do well when teams are eliminated. I'm hoping that my theory is correct, but they can't get any worse than where they are right now if they lose all 3 games.
Steven Engel says he's not worried just yet. Okay. All right. H. Jacob gave up 7 against the Bruins and let 4 unanswered against the Pens. I think they gave up 4 against the Bruins, unless I'm... Corbin says Markstrom will be the X factor against the Canes. Okay. And Kennedy was already having a bad night. Jeez, guys. Come on.
Wimpy says
this is why we can't have new things.
Yeah. Well,
Steven Engel says Devils in 5 or 6. Well, Carolina has notoriously, as Sam was saying, have had some issues with goaltending in the playoffs and everything like that. We're going to see how it comes, but they are a Rod Brindamore coach team. They are going to come out there and they are going to hustle their ass off. And they're going to fight you for every single puck, for every single second of that game. And that's the issue I see with the Devils. Yeah. We had a good first 6 minutes, but we need to play 60 minutes. Not 6 minutes, 60.
Agreed. I like what Eddie says. Thank God we have the Mets.
it's bad when we're relying on the Mets. Like for all of our years of misery. I know that they're a good team now, but for all of our years of misery as Mets fans, it's always astonishing to me when I say, "Oh, please, at least I got the Mets." See, I used to say, "At least I got the Devils," because the Devils were perennial winners.
Well,
oh, how the tides have turned, Sam Woo.
I'm gonna put a spin on Supernova's comment. We're in trouble if we suck at home because Carolina doesn't. But if we do better on the road, you got 4 games on the road. Maybe we'll win 4 games.
AJ says Carolina has double home ice advantage.
7 road games, folks. 7 road games.
7 road games.
You just got to win 4.
Oh, man. That's too good.
Yeah.
What is this? 18, 20, and 3 since the Rangers win before Christmas. That's not a playoff team.
We got Anthony LaPena behind me right now.
Oh, there he is. All right.
Yeah. Coming to Devils After Dark after the game.
Welcome, Anthony.
Yeah. So some of these comments coming in pretty funny. Steve Engel says Canes are only going to have 3 home games because they ain't going to see a 4th.
Okay.
Depression has hit the fan base right now, Scotty.
I mean, we're all hyped up after the 2 Wild wins and the Rangers win. Is it the curse of the 4-game winning streak? Is that what's going on here? We had one more shot at it with 4 games left, and it was just like, nah, can't do it. Watch them rattle off the next 3 in a row. Watch it happen. Well, and then they'll lose game 1 of the playoffs because that would be the 4th game in a row. Watch.
Remember, beginning of the season, it was very, if they lose badly, they'll come back the next game and have a great game. You're not seeing that right now. You got 2 bad games in a row, following up 3 straight wins. And they were solid wins, too. So,
I feel like I'm in Bizarro world.
Yeah.
Right is left is right, up is down is up.
I mean,
we're gonna start saying goodbye instead of saying hello. Okay.
It looked like the Devils were in business after the first 5 minutes, but then they let the Penguins hang around.
Yeah, someone let the air out of the balloon.
Yeah.
And that was it. And they thought, oh, okay, here's a team that's eliminated, much like the Boston Bruins. Should be a cakewalk. No problem. 2 goals real fast. Okay.
And also, Luke Hughes, the body language after letting that goal in.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's a young kid, but he has to be better than that. He's one of the core leaders of this team, one of the young leaders of this team. He's got to be better than that. He should be able to go back, forget about it, and move on. But I think it kind of affected the team. It affected the game. I mean, again, is the team so mentally fragile right now after giving up that goal? You still had a 2-1 lead at that point. And what happened there?
Seems like it. Seems like they are fragile. What is this scary stat when giving up the first goal? They are 0-12-3? Really? Oof. Yeah, it was exciting for those first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, not so much.
Kind of reminded me of, that was a Family Guy clip of the Mets season. It's opening day, the pitch, and the season's over. It almost felt like that. I was like, all right, we got a 2-0 lead, and then okay, the game's over. We lost.
They decided they didn't want to play anymore,
Yeah.
or something along those lines. Either way, they do have the Icelanders coming up, who have been on an atrocious roll. Now, either the Islanders can also, who are eliminated, use this as a nice little pride game as well, and go out there and try to turn it around and whoop the Devils. Or the Devils can maybe take advantage of a team that's kind of checked out right now
Yep.
and get their game back on track. We don't have to wait too long. Sunday, early start, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. for me out here on the West. At home again. You got the Icelanders Sunday, up in Boston on Tuesday, and then Wednesday they finish out at home against the Detroit Red Wings. 3 games. Watch. I'm telling you right now. 3 wins in a row, and then game 1 they're going to lose of the playoffs. Guaranteed.
Then win 3 in a row.
No 4-game winning streak. No 4-game winning streak. They'll beat the Islanders. They'll beat the Bruins. They'll beat the Red Wings.
I'm thinking they're going to lose all 3.
No, I bet you they win all 3.
You want to make bet, Scotty?
You want to make a wager? What do you want to wager? A pocket burrito or a pocket sandwich?
Anthony LePena has $5 right there. Well, you're coming back east, right?
Yeah, so I can wager you a pocket burrito, Sam Woo.
All right, pocket burrito for a pocket burrito. Either way, the pocket burrito produces goals.
That's what we're hoping. That's what we are hoping for. So, yeah, tough loss again. Very disappointing for this team right now. Want to be talking about victories and getting excited for the playoffs, but man, does it feel like the opposite at this moment? Devils need to right this ship, and they need to right it right now. We got 3 games left.
I like Kennedy Ray's bet. Scotty wears the cookie costume.
Scotty wears the cookie costume. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What's Sam get to wear if I win?
I'll just be Grimace.
Oh, you'll just be Grimace?
I'll just be Grimace because Shorts guy is the ice cream guy. And Durango Steve is the pretzel.
Okay.
I'll just be Grimace.
Maybe we'll have you as the rotten Taylor ham and eggs sandwich that you decided to eat, even though the eggs were like green or something like that.
Maybe, you know what? But we were doing well in the beginning of the season. Maybe that's what I need. Beer Baron and I just need food poisoning from the Taylor ham inside. if that works, I'll take one for the team. I'll tell you.
Yeah, and you know what? Before we wrap everything up, just want to say some condolences here about the loss of Ray Shero, who took on such a hard role here when he came to New Jersey, with Lou Lamoriello, replacing him as the general manager, but Lou was still the president of the team. And I am sure that was not an easy situation to navigate and go through, especially for the lineage that Lou has here and all the 3 cups. And I can't even remember how many years he was, in charge of the Devils. It was decades. So to come in and to replace a man like that while he's still here in one of his other roles, and to start the rebuild of this franchise with the likes of, Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes and many others that maybe, aren't on the team anymore, but have been traded or were a part of trades that brought some other people in. And let's not forget the old 1-for-1, Lars for Taylor Hall. And for one glorious year, Taylor Hall, really wowed us in a way that we hadn't seen probably since Kovalchuk. on this team. So very sudden, very sad. I didn't see any of the other reports on it, but I didn't hear of him being sick or anything like that. So it was really a shock, when we got the news the other day. So I just want to send my, my best wishes and condolences out to his family and his friends, and just a big thank you for everything that he did, for this organization.
The people I've talked to that knew Ray and dealt with him on a daily basis and knew him personally, had nothing but nice things to say about him before his death and then after his death. Bill Clement said he was a class act, a great guy, a fantastic human being. He raved about his father, who he played for as a Broad Street bully for the Philadelphia Flyers. And Ray was a little kid, during that time period. And, that's the hockey community is a close-knit family. And, the one time I took a picture with Ray Shero, he was nothing but a nice gentleman. And he really wanted to make this thing work in New Jersey. And, forever grateful for some of the picks that he made, and that one season where Taylor Hall, like you said, Scotty, I mean, that was before Tom Fleece-Gerald. There was Ray Shero making one of the stunning trades at that time period. But I always wondered, Scotty, was he the one that picked Pavel Zacha, or was it Lou? I always wondered, because, he just got here at that time in 2015. So it may have been in place, whatever, and maybe he was the GM of record, or maybe it was his choice. I don't really know what happened behind the scenes. I always wondered about that draft. But for sure, Jesper Bratt was the nugget that
diamond in the rough.
Yeah. In the sixth round, and say what you want, it's all debatable that about Nico Hischier being the first overall pick, but Nick Villano alluded to this on State of Fan Address on Wednesday, that Shero did take a hard look at Kel McCarr, and I believe he said that publicly, in some sense. That's what Nick was saying, that he did look at him, and he had the wherewithal to do that, so. But I'm happy with the Nico Hischier pick. I'm happy with the Jack Hughes pick, because the whole thing with Kapokako as well back in 2019, and I thought the trade when he traded away Taylor Hall, I believe that was his last trade, with the New Jersey Devils, and what they got back, really is now Dawson Mercer, and there's a whole lineage which I have to keep up with, but. At the time period, it didn't look like it was a great deal, but looking back, I thought he did a very nice job with that deal.
Absolutely. Ray will be 100% missed around a lot of different hockey circles. Yep. And I thought it was a nice touch with the helmets tonight for Pittsburgh and New Jersey.
And Team USA Hockey as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love you, Ray.
Yep.
All right, Sam Woo, let's wrap this bad boy up. And everyone knows that we'll be back again Sunday afternoon there on the East Coast. We get some game day live action going around 12 noon Eastern. And then, of course, Devils After Dark soon as the game wraps up, which we are hoping that we are talking about a W here. Because, oh, boy, does this team need it right about now. So thank you, everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Hit us up, comment away, like, follow, subscribe. And we'll talk to you again on Sunday. Sam, turn it over to you.
Yeah, we're going to drop the podcast at midnight. Going to have a Woo report tomorrow, because I got to get some things off my chest. Sunday, we'll be back here in the attic at American Whiskey before Devils take on the New York Islanders. Till next time, let's go Devils.